Okay, so in today's video about Quant, I want to check out the recent move down that we had in the last 72 hours and answer a very important question, and it's this: can we argue that this move down in QNT is actually enough for us, and from here we can start going up, or maybe we are going to have for the next couple of days, probably even couple of weeks, some more downward price action to go. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you remember, the last time that we talked about QNT, we were somewhere around here, and I was saying because in this move down in Quant, we have taken this low about, let's say, $84.50. That means for me at least, right in here is not really going to be a buy opportunity, and I can tell you maybe starting from the lowest low around $72 to about the highest side about $112, we are having an ABC on the upside and not an impulsive structure. And this means, unfortunately, in Quant we are going to have some more moves on the downside in order to probably take the lowest low down here about $72. So what happened? We did get another move down, but the question is this actually enough of a move down for us to be able to say, you know what, maybe this is going to be, I don't know, maybe some sort of a truncated wave, and from here we can start a move on the upside. So here's the deal. The answer is yes. However, that is probably not going to be my base case. Why is that? First, let's talk about the possibility of bottom being in right in here. And in that case, I am going to argue, since we are having overlapping of the waves between this move on the upside and also this one, then okay, this is probably going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, an ending diagonal in form of a wedge structure. And I have checked the rules before. All the rules do actually apply to this structure being some sort of a wedge, which can also get truncated. I know truncated waves overall are extremely rare, but it is possible to have a truncated wave. However, this is not really going to be my base case. Why is that? Well, first things first, I told you truncated waves are actually quite rare. So I am going to say it's possible, but because it's rare, it's probably going to be my alternate case. Second, pay attention to this move on the downside, starting from this high and ending to about here. What do we have in it? Just constantly overlapping of the waves. And having overlapping of the waves and being kind of slow and choppy is a characteristic of, you probably know it if you are a regular viewer, a correction structure and not an impulse. Also, pay attention to this move on the upside, starting from this point about $76. I think we can actually say maybe this is 1, 2, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 3, correction for 4, probably I would say in form of a triangle, and then another move up into wave 5, and followed by that we are having kind of a strong move on the downside. Now, usually having an impulse on the upside from the lowest low can be considered as a very bullish sign. But what happens after an impulse in case the bottom is in? We talked about this subject so many times. We must see a move down, a very slow and choppy move in order for us to be able to say, you know what, maybe this is a bullish setup and we are having 5 up corrective movement on the downside, and the next move according to this scenario is going to be a big one up. However, sure, we did have a move down in here, but this is quite strong. So what's the primary case in this area? I'm gonna say in Quant we may have a running flat on the upside, which looks like this. This is our natural move up into a correction for wave B, which in this phase we are going to take this low and then another move up into our C leg. And in this final move, we are not going to take the low of our A leg. However, we are definitely going to have overlapping of the waves between this and also this move up. So this is generally a running flat, and in terms of the sub waves, ABC up into a ABC, or maybe let's say like a WXY, for me doesn't really matter, into B, and a 5 wave impulsive structure on the upside into our C leg. And I think you can now have a decent guess of what is happening in this area in QNT. I said this kind of does look like an impulse. Also, this is a choppy move down and we are constantly not having overlapping of the waves. So I think we can say from this point in Quant, a correction structure started, and it might be overall in form of an ABC running flat, excuse me, something like this. Now, if this scenario is in play, then unfortunately our move down in Quant may not be over. Why is that? Okay, I'm gonna say maybe this is 1, this is 2, and then this point is actually the start of our wave 3, correction for 4, another move down into wave 5. Let's just adjust the waves, okay? And on a higher degree, this white 5 wave down might be into a larger degree wave 3, correction for 4, another move down into wave 5. Now, in terms of how deep this move down is going to be, for now at least, unfortunately, I do not have a good answer for you, but I can tell you this. Right now, I believe not only in Quant, but also in probably a whole lot of altcoins, including Ethereum, we need to be a bit careful because the charts kind of signal some more downward price action, and this is not going to be an exception. Sure, the fact that in here at the moment we are around this very important support area from weekly and daily time frame at the same time is definitely a bullish sign, and as long as we are above it, we can be optimistic. But I have this feeling that maybe soon in Quant and probably the whole altcoin market, we are going to have maybe something like this in order to finally in Quant at least take the lowest low down here about $71. After that, I don't really think that we are going to get like some more deeper moves on the downside. No, I think in this move we might take the lowest low, but soon after it, I'm expecting Quant to hit some sort of a bottom. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In QNT, we can have two different possibilities. Scenario number 1 suggests that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down in form of a wedge, and this might be a truncated wave, which means we can argue that's the bottom is in. Question, is this going to be for me at least? And again, this is just my personal opinion. The primary case, unfortunately, no, because this move on the downside, starting from this point and ending to about here, does look kind of choppy. So I'm gonna say we are probably having from this point to about this high an ABC in form of a running flat, which suggests we may have some more downward price action in the next couple of days, potentially even couple of weeks. So for now, I think we need to be a bit careful in QNT and just wait this one out and see what is going to happen. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Quant's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.